Hi, Black Cat Recapped here. Today, I'm going to explain a horror thriller movie from 2023, named Mother, May I? A man named Emmett goes through a difficult time when his fiancée, Anya, starts behaving like his recently deceased mother, Tracy. They find Tracy's ashes after her cremation and visit her old house, which Emmett inherited. Anya finds a picture of a younger Tracy as a dancer, and wonders why Tracy left the house to Emmett without ever reaching out to him while she was alive. Emmett avoids talking about it and tries to be intimate instead. During their time in the house, they hear strange noises from the basement and find old belongings. While exploring, Anya finds a childhood videotape of Emmett, and this leads to Emmett discovering syringes in Tracy's first aid kit, triggering memories from his past. The situation becomes overwhelming, and Emmett goes downstairs to have a drink. His fiancée Anya becomes upset because Emmett won't talk to her about his problems. She insists on a chair reversal, where she interviews him to get him to open up. During the conversation, Emmett admits to being avoidant, and Anya pretends to be him to understand his feelings better. Anya believes that Emmett's trauma from his mother's abandonment is causing him to rush into starting a family without addressing his real issues. Emmett doesn't want to hear more and goes to the lake, but Anya follows him. He mistakenly thinks she doesn't want to have a family with him, but she clarifies that she just wants him to share his emotions. To challenge this, Emmett invites Anya to swim, as she never learned due to her mother not teaching her. He teaches her to swim, and they both enjoy themselves. Later, they eat some mushrooms, and in the evening, Emmett shares that he had trouble recognizing the house and recalling his childhood when they arrived. Anya becomes delirious and breaks a mask from the fireplace. She feels the need to be in the water, so they go into the bathtub together. As they become intimate, Anya hears something and stops. Later, she tries another chair reversal, asking Emmett more questions about his feelings. Emmett tries to avoid discussing his feelings, but when Anya asks about his mom leaving him, he becomes defensive. She then questions his desire to have a family, and he says it's because he loves her. However, Anya believes it's because of his mother, which makes him angry. Suddenly, Anya pretends to be Tracy and says Emmett blames himself for being abandoned. This causes him to yell at her, and she walks away. Later, he finds Anya dancing outside before she collapses. He takes her to bed and hears his mother's voice. In the dining room, he sees a woman's silhouette calling him, but the next morning, everything seems normal. Emmett decides to sell his mother's portraits at a thrift store and tries to get the car keys from Anya, but she stops him. When the neighbor, Bill, arrives, Emmett goes with him to run errands. On his way back home, he finds the broken mask from the previous night fixed, and Anya is smoking in the dining room. They argue, and the pizza burns. Anya's behavior starts changing, but she brushes it off and calls Emmett her little wild thing. He tries to ignore it and continue with his tasks. However, at night he gives in, thinking Anya is trying to prove a point about his feelings regarding his mother. Anya claims she's Tracy, which frustrates Emmett, but he goes along with it. He admits he needs to work on his issues and promises to be a better partner. When he kisses her, Anya reacts strangely because she's wearing his mother's earrings, which she pierced her own ears with. Worried about the effects of the mushrooms they ate, Emmett calls a friend for advice. Later, he sleeps on the couch and hears whispers. Anya appears and treats him like a child, tucking him into bed before going to the bedroom. In the morning, Anya dances in the field and brings breakfast for Emmett. He's confused since she doesn't usually cook. He finds a new journal where Anya wrote that he's needy and feels cursed to be with him forever. Emmett confronts her about it but gets distracted when he sees her wearing his mother's makeup just to buy food in town. When Anya leaves, Emmett looks for her old journal to compare handwriting and confirms they're different. He also notices her purse, but the doorbell rings, and a realtor arrives to assess the house. Anya tells the woman to leave, arguing that the house isn't Emmett's to sell, but he insists that his mother left it to him. Because of the tense atmosphere, the realtor decides to come back later. Once she's gone, Emmett scolds Anya and starts packing their clothes, but she worries about them getting wrinkled. He gets upset, saying she never cared about that before. Worried about Anya's changed behavior, Emmett decides to take her to her mother's house, but she insists that it's her house and leaves in a huff. Emmett finds Anya's purse and discovers a sonogram, indicating she might be pregnant. He confronts her, upset about her eating mushrooms and smoking while pregnant. Anya denies being able to have a baby. Later, he sees Anya dancing in the field, and when he talks to Bill, he learns that Tracy used to dance when she felt stressed. He wonders why his mother had him if she didn't know much about his father. Bill advises him to forgive Anya because she's still grieving the loss of her little wild thing. Emmett goes home and finds his mother's journals missing. He accuses Anya of using them to force him to confront his feelings. Anya presents her own journal but acts as if she doesn't know who Anya is, which confuses Emmett. He explains that Anya is his fiancée, who thinks he's a bad person because of his difficult childhood. Anya's mother is a psychoanalyst, and Anya believes she can diagnose him as well. In reality, the woman, Anya, is a frustrated copywriter who dreams of being a poet. Anya asks Emmett why he's bothered by her wanting him to open up. Emmett tells her that she believes he only wants a family because his mother abandoned him. This worries Anya, and she wonders if he truly thinks that. To bond with Emmett, Anya plays music and teaches him how to dance. During this time, she asks why he won't leave her. Emmett admits that Anya is the only woman who loves him. Pretending to be his mother, he asks why she wanted him. Anya claims that she needed him, but she doesn't know why. She assures him that she tried to be there for him, but Emmett is tired of the act. Later, while Anya watches the tapes again, Emmett sneaks into the basement but hears whispers and gets scared. He sees a vision of his mother's body on the dining room floor, but then he wakes up in his bed. In the afternoon, Emmett sees Anya going to the lake. He rushes to stop her because she can't swim, but she surprises him by swimming effortlessly, making him worried that something serious is happening to her. Emmett panics later that evening, so Anya injects him with medicine from Tracy's bathroom and comforts him throughout the night. The next morning, Anya wakes up looking confused, but when Emmett asks her to cook breakfast, she laughs and kisses him. He pulls away, confused by Anya's sudden change in behavior. While he goes for a run, Anya explores the house and finds cigarettes on the table. She also notices her heavy makeup and the earrings she pierced through her ear. Anya asks Emmett to explain what happened last night, but he reveals that they took mushrooms 3 nights ago. Later, they go to the bedroom, and Anya pleads with him to open up to her and tries to be intimate, but he pushes her away. Anya starts cleaning up but gets angry when Emmett takes back some items she packed to dispose of. Frustrated, she drives to town alone while Emmett watches his childhood videos, ignoring the realtor ringing the doorbell. Anya returns to find Emmett enjoying his mother's old records, and he teaches her how to dance. However, he's displeased when he checks what she bought him for breakfast, and they argue. Later, Anya discovers her sonogram on the sofa and confronts Emmett, who is fixing the bassinet he found earlier. They decide to do another chair reversal to figure out what's been happening. Emmett admits feeling confused and unsure about what's real, but Anya believes he's upset about something she did while under the influence of mushrooms. She guesses that she pretended to be his mother during that time. Anya confesses that she's scared about having a child because she's afraid she won't be able to handle it and fulfill her dreams of being a poet. Anya's mother left her when she couldn't become the poet she wanted to be. Because of this, Anya believes she won't be able to give her child the love of a mother. Emotionally upset, Anya asks Emmett if he looked at her sonogram, which supposedly shows she can't get pregnant. But Emmett remembers that she said the same thing the night before. Anya gets angry and searches for a change of clothes while Emmett reads her new journal entries. She claims she didn't write them, pointing out the different handwriting. Despite her denial, Emmett accuses her of pretending for the past few days, and they start yelling at each other. Emmett locks himself in the bathroom with Anya's journal and threatens to burn it. Anya cries that it holds 2 years of her life. When he finally opens the door, the pages are burned. Anya is upset and goes outside to catch her breath, while Emmett goes for a run to get away. He still hasn't returned by evening, so Anya removes Tracy's portrait in the living room in anger and decides to leave. While packing her bags, Anya hears someone in the house, but there's no one there. She wants to leave but can't find her car keys. To her horror, Tracy's portrait is back on the wall, and a mysterious voice whispers her name. Thinking it's Emmett, Anya goes to the basement to find him. Instead, she finds papers on a table and starts looking through them. Unaware, a person wearing the mask from upstairs walks past her. Anya reads the papers and learns that Child Protective Services took Emmett from his mother because she neglected him. Suddenly, she hears voices but can't see anyone. As she looks at the pictures, the masked person appears behind Anya and scares her. She runs out of the house and finds Bill dragging Emmett, who is passed out on the road. Bill takes care of Emmett, and they talk about Tracy, Emmett's mother. Bill shares that he hasn't been to that house since he found Tracy's body. He tells Anya that Tracy believed she would be reincarnated as a bug because she couldn't harm anyone, no matter how horrible she was. Bill admits that he and Tracy tried to be together but it didn't work out, and he still can't move on from her death. Anya asks what happened between Emmett and his mother, and Bill says that Emmett was a troublesome kid. Anya wonders if Tracy had the syringes to control her son. While she sleeps, Anya has a nightmare, but when she wakes up, Emmett asks her to inject him with a syringe. Anya tearfully does as he asks, and Tracy's hands appear to guide her in caressing Emmett's hair. In the morning, Emmett apologizes for what happened and returns Anya's journal. He reveals that he burned one of his mother's journals instead. He says he's feeling better now and hopes she can see he's not a bad person even after seeing his darkest sides. Emmett invites Anya to enjoy the countryside before returning to the city. They take a boat to the lake, but Anya is still visibly distressed. Anya admits that she was relieved when she thought Emmett burned her book because she's nervous about others reading her poetry. She reveals that she agreed to start a family with him because she needed something to give meaning to her life. This reminds Emmett of how his mother always dismissed him and focused on her art. Anya says he was needy, but Emmett says he needed his mother and felt like a reminder of the life Tracy left behind. Anya found records that the government took Emmett from his mother, which surprises him. He questions how she knew so much about his past and how she acted like his mother for days. When Emmett doesn't get a response, he goes up to Anya and asks if she's his mother. Anya, feeling confused and tearful, insists that she's his fiancée. Emmett remains unsure, so he mentions that Anya can't swim and pushes her into the water to see if it's really her. Anya doesn't come up for a while, and Emmett realizes what he did, rescuing her. This incident makes Anya decide to leave him. While driving back to the city, Anya stops, still unsure if she's doing the right thing. She remembers her conversation with Bill about needing a child. She returns to Tracy's house and admits to herself that she needs a child. Emmett also admits that he needs a mother. Anya embraces her fiancé while hiding a syringe behind her. Their relationship takes a new turn as they fulfill the roles the other needs, just like Tracy intended for them.